Alas, everybody, we finally got a brand new sneak peek inside of the Donkey Kong Land, which is coming to Universal Studios Japan and opening up on December 11th. But not only that, it's also getting a clone version in the States at Epic Universe over at Universal Orlando, opening next year. So with that being said, we're going to take a deep dive into everything that was released by Nintendo as far as the brand new Donkey Kong Land attached to Super Nintendo World opening at both Universal Studios Japan and Epic Universe Orlando. Hello everyone and welcome back to Exploring Attractions. My name is Scott, and if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below with those bell notifications on and leave this video a like at the end if you do enjoy it. And as always, check out all of our social media accounts, which you can find down below in the description: Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff. Make sure you're checking us out on there. But that's right everyone, very exciting news that Nintendo recently released a sneak peek into the Donkey Kong Country area. As we know, this is both coming to Universal Orlando's Epic Universe and Universal Studios Japan. Today we'll be looking at the Universal Studios Japan version, which will be opening up on December 11th. And the creator of Mario actually gave us a sneak peek, and this was so awesome to see, because we were literally looking at this same kind of idea of a video when they're showing off Super Nintendo World when it was opening for the first time in Japan, and we were like, oh, we're so excited to see it open in Hollywood. We're doing the same thing today but with Donkey Kong, so it's pretty exciting. So with that being said, let's dive into the Donkey Kong Country area and see what we'll discover. So first and foremost, if you want to see the full video of this and want to see the full tour and then come back to this video, you definitely can just visit the Nintendo YouTube channel. But it seems like they showcased a little bit of what the transition will be. It changed from blocks, as they said, of the green warp pipe to a bunch of rocks and everything. That it's a really smooth transition into the Donkey Kong Land, which will be attached to Super Nintendo World. I really like this transition. I mean, obviously we had the green warp pipe going in, and then you had the Princess Peach Castle to Super Nintendo World. This one you have more kind of like a rocky feel as you're going into a more of a foresty, jungly area, which I really like. And you know, they start to show off some of the different games that you can play. For example, you have Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong. They like to play the bongos. There's an interactive bongo game, and obviously you can use your power-up bands. You can use any of the ones that you already have as a part of Super Nintendo World to, you know, collect points and everything on your Universal app. But on top of that, they're releasing a brand new special Donkey Kong power-up band. I'm really excited for this Donkey Kong power-up band. I have the Mario one, I have the Yoshi one. I can't wait to purchase the Donkey Kong one. That's gonna be really fun to have. But yeah, they kind of showcase how this bongo interactive game would work, and this bongo interactive game looks like a lot of fun. And they did mention that there would be different areas and different games to play along the way. This is just one of them that they're showing off. So fear not everyone, there's not just one game in the Donkey Kong area. There's different hidden areas and everything. They gave us a lot less, or gave us a little less of a sneak peek for Donkey Kong Land compared to what they did for Super Nintendo World. They give us every little nook and cranny in Super Nintendo World, which I like how they kind of kept a lot of stuff a secret, because it adds the element of surprise for people who are visiting for the first time. On top of that, there's different interactive letters, and what these interactive letters mean, well, we don't know, but he was showcasing that he kind of tapped his power-up band and he collected the letter K. Now, my biggest guess would be that you're going to spell out Donkey Kong, and you're going to see different letters throughout the land, and you have to collect all these letters, and maybe you get a special stamp, you get, bragging rights, you get a prize from the gift shop, or maybe it's like the Bowser Jr. challenge, to where you have to complete all the mini games in order to go into Bowser Jr.'s challenge. Maybe it's something like that. We don't know. Also something that is left as an unknown, which will be interesting to see who can find all the different letters first. Now, if you're hungry in the Donkey Kong area, fear not. You don't have to walk all the way back into Super Nintendo World. You can go over to Jungle Beach Shakes, where obviously Donkey Kong loves bananas. You know, that's his favorite thing, is bananas. Well, you can get a banana sundae in this really cool looking cup, and it looks like a waffle's coming out from the top, like a waffle cone. And on top of that, a little bit of a surprise, you can get a Donkey Kong wild hot dog. Whatever that is, it looks like there's some chips coming out of it. It looks great. It looks really freaking cool, even though it's such a random thing. It looks really tasty, so I don't know, I'll be interested to taste how that is. But these are the two options. I don't know if those will be the only options that you can get from Jungle Beach Shakes, but you can obviously have those two options that they showcased right here. And then obviously you have the gift shop, where you can go into this plane and shop all the different commemorative Donkey Kong Country merchandise. I really like how they're going to have exclusive Donkey Kong Land different merch, and I like the kind of theme of the gift shop as well. It's Funky's gift shop, and I think that all the Donkey Kong stuff is going to sell very, very well. Like, obviously Nintendo is so popular. It's popular with everybody. But I think Donkey Kong is going to be a smash hit. They're going to sell a lot of merchandise, and then kind of get an idea of all the merchandise that's going to be available in there, because they give a little sneak peek of what to expect in there. I'll be excited to see like the theming actually inside the shop as well. But honestly, I think my favorite thing out of this entire land, and I'm gonna say, it's gonna be able to meet Donkey Kong. Like, this dude looks huge. I mean, look at him compared to the creator of Mario. He looks absolutely massive, and you can actually meet and greet with him in front of like a pile of bananas, because you know he loves his bananas. He's got to store them for the winter, even though gorillas don't hibernate, so that kind of marks that off. But you can literally meet a giant Donkey Kong. I was really impressed at the fact that you can meet Toad. I'm even more impressed at the fact that you can meet Donkey Kong, and the fact that like you can meet Donkey Kong who's this big really like opens up my mind to be like, okay, one day hopefully they do like a Bowser meet and greet instead of Super Nintendo World, because imagine meeting a giant Bowser. That'd be so freaking cool. But nonetheless, we have confirmation that you can meet Donkey Kong himself and the Donkey Kong area, and I think that's like one of the coolest things ever. That's definitely what I'm most excited about, is getting to snag a picture with him and seeing just how tiny I look compared to Donkey Kong. But yeah, I think that's a really, really cool. It's something that like is very unique to Super Nintendo World, both at Universal Studios Japan and the Epic Universe version. Obviously, we're moving to the big thing that everyone's gonna rush to, and probably one of the most anticipated theme park attractions ever. We have seen the construction progress, we have seen the different scale models, and we've seen the different rumors and sneak peeks and all that fun stuff. Well, now we actually have our first look inside of Minecart Madness. You want to take your way over to the Golden Temple. And what will you find in the Golden Temple? Well, of course, more interactive power-up band things that you can do, but you also find golden drinking fountains. You'll find golden queue rails and everything. I mean, it's the Golden Temple for a reason. But on top of that, they kind of incorporated different murals. One of the murals is all the Donkey Kongs and his family like hailing the golden banana, because the whole storyline of the Minecart Madness attraction is the fact that you have to protect the golden banana from one of the tribes who want to steal the golden banana. I really want to say, and I kind of said it right there, the golden banana. You know, I guess that's fitting with Universal. But yeah, you're going to protect the golden banana. So they obviously have one of the murals where everyone's like hailing the golden banana. Another one of the murals looks really familiar, and that's because it is like the original Donkey Kong game in its own kind of style in this temple type of theme, which I think it's cool that they kind of had an Easter egg there. It's a really big Easter egg, but it's there. And I like how they kind of themed up this queue to really fit the Golden Temple theme. I mean, everything's gold, but on top of that, that's not the only stuff that you'll see in the queue. As we have two animatronics, you have Cranky Kong and you have Squawks. I think that's so cool that they have actual animatronics in the queue, because over with the Yoshi attraction and Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, you don't have, like, obviously you have screens and stuff like that, and you have different still figures, but there's no animatronics in there. And the fact that they chose Cranky Kong and Squawks for animatronics and put them in the freaking queue, I think that's one of the coolest things ever. And it's going to make for some perfect photo opportunities for those who don't really want to, like, wait in line for different other photo opportunities throughout the park or throughout, you know, the land. Literally, when you're waiting in line for Minecart Madness, you can snag a photo with Cranky Kong and Squawks. That is so cute, and I really like how they made animatronics for it, and they kind of set the story up as far as what you're about to experience, so that also plays into the ride as well. Now, we did get a good idea of the station, and you can see that it's a constant moving track with the different ride vehicles that'll seat 4 people at a time, so hopefully that means that there will be good throughput with it constantly moving. As we all know, with the rides that do constantly move, and they're kind of like on the Omnimover type of system, even though this isn't an Omnimover, but you're kind of getting my reference there, they seem to move very fast, and the line moves very fast. And they did give us a little sneak peek on the ride, and I should say, it is a little sneak peek. They gave us a lift hill POV, and then right before we blast off into the canyon is where they cut it off, so leaving the rest for a surprise. But if you guys have seen any of the pictures or any of like the different scale models and everything, this ride is going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be one of the best theme park attractions out there, and we cannot wait to experience it. I'm excited to see all the different water elements, excited to see like different animatronics that may be on this ride. It is going to be so much fun, and we cannot wait. And that is all the Donkey Kong Land in which Nintendo shared with us. We can't wait for this. It opens up at Epic Universe next year at Universal Orlando and officially opens on December 11th of this year at Universal Studios Japan. So let us know down below in the comments section what you're most excited for as far as the Donkey Kong Land goes. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below with those bell notifications on. We really appreciate it a whole lot, and leave this video a like if you did enjoy it. My name is Scott. You've been watching Exploring Attractions. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.